Hogwarts Legacy launches on February 10th on the PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. It will later release on April 4th for the PS4 and Xbox One, and finally will release on the Nintendo Switch on July 25th. It is being developed by Avalanche Software, who formerly made Disney Infinity, and is being published by WB Games. Put simply, this is an open-world RPG set in the Wizarding world. You have the option of 3 editions in all for the game. The Standard, the Deluxe, whose main draw is the 3-day early access, and a Dark Arts Arena Pack, and the Collector's Edition. Set in the 1890s, you'll be entering Hogwarts as a 5th-year student, with the reason being unclear. You'll begin the game by creating your character full of the customization options you'd expect, along with giving your character a first and a last name. You'll have a choice between 4 difficulty options, including story mode, all the way up to hard. When it comes to your house and wand, you'll have 2 different options. You can either link your Wizarding World account, which will bring over your house and your wand, or you can choose it yourself in the game. It's unclear how deep the differences go, being in one house and not being in the other, but it does seem that each house will have specific side quests to complete. Much of the story of this game remains in secret, but the general gist is your character possesses the ability to use ancient magic, something that seems to have drawn the attention of Professor Fig, our magic theory teacher, as well as potentially Hogwarts itself. One other individual seemingly interested is this game's villain, Ranrock, leader of the Goblin Rebellion, who's also looking to claim a magical power he caught a glimpse of, most likely linking him to our main character. His partner is the secondary villain, Victor Rookwood, leader of a faction of dark wizards. As of right now, these are our 2 main villains of the game, although a magic user wearing this mask shown in the original reveal trailer has never been shown or talked about since. It's possible that this is a group of poachers that go after magical beasts. Our main character will be catching up with his or her studies in their first year of Hogwarts with the help of a field guide book given to us by Deputy Headmistress and our Transfiguration teacher, Professor Weasley. We'll be finding collectibles, attending classes, and building friendships. Classes will be a blend of optional and mandatory. They'll contain key cutscenes and introduce us to much of the magic we'll be using throughout the game and give us key items throughout the game. We'll be able to talk to our professors and be able to do side quests revolving around or delivering things to them. The game will have a day-night cycle as well as the 4 seasons. The game will jump each season after a certain set of missions, and Hogwarts and the surrounding area will reflect that, from snow to the clothing to even decorations to match the holidays. Speaking of the area, this game seems huge, centered at Hogwarts and boasting the most authentic and lifelike school ever displayed in a game, and potentially ever seen before in general. The developers have taken a lot of pride in a few things, respecting the fans being one, and respect for the lore being the other. Of course, some things have to be altered to make the game work, but the idea is that this is the most authentic look you can get. Beyond just Hogwarts and all of its mysteries comes the surrounding area, Hogsmeade, the Forbidden Forest, and much more, maybe even including Azkaban. And as said in a past gameplay showcase, where you can see, you can go. You can do this the slow way by walking or even jumping, but the faster way is using mounts. You'll have several to choose from as the game expands. You'll be able to fly using a broomstick, remembering that playable Quidditch as well as things like even Wizard's Chess is not in this game. You can use a hippogriff or even a thestral. Mounts can be used for flying or even running just on land. Water is a point of great mystery. We don't know as of yet if you'll even be able to swim or explore any area that's underwater. One group of locations for exploration, though, is the House Common Rooms, each boasting their own unique feel and look depending on which one you choose. We don't know if you'll be limited to just going into the house that you are sorted into, or if you'll be able to go into all 4 in, say, one playthrough. One other feature regarding look comes from accessibility. It certainly seems like much of this game will be able to be toggled on and off, whether it be your mini map that you can keep or choose to lose, to the popping numbers off of enemies as you're fighting. You'll be able to turn a lot of these things on or off depending on your preference. The game is built as an RPG, so of course choices will come with it. You'll have branching dialogue choices and conversations all together. You'll have companions to meet who populate all the houses of the game, and how far you go with them is completely up to you. They'll have their story and also introduce you to things throughout the game. The range of that is undetermined, but they'll also be extremely important to the main story as well. We have an example of Sebastian Salo teaching you the Cruciatus curse in one of the trailers that you can choose to learn from him or even have the curse being done to you. You'll be able to take branching paths to be good or to be evil. It's been pretty hush-hush how you get there, but performing the unforgivable curses, let's say, is optional altogether. All three of them are in the game, though. The game may function more like a Dragon Age versus a Mass Effect, where the game doesn't keep track of each and every decision you make, but does have a general feel for good or bad based off the major decisions you make throughout. Along with choosing your own narrative, the game will also feature a leveling system which seems to be maxed out at level 50 and abilities to upgrade. The game will feature puzzle solving as well. In terms of combat, the game will boast dozens of spells, including, again, all three of the unforgivable curses, including Avada Kedavra, slottable in groups of 4. There's also general usage spells that are mapped separately from those. These spells contain both offensive and defensive capabilities, but stealth mechanics are also present in the game. It's unclear how much you'll be able to avoid in terms of fighting, but you will be able to sneak around in this game. You'll be fighting a wide range of enemies, from goblins to dark wizards to trolls and potentially even dragons. You'll be able to block and parry incoming spells while firing a multitude of spells on your own. You can practice these at several arenas throughout the game. One other major aspect of this game is the Room of Requirement, which seems to borrow from games like Animal Crossing or Disney Dreamlight Valley. It is here you can really personalize the room to your liking, changing out carpets or changing out windows, but its purpose goes beyond even that. It's here you can brew spells, craft items, and more to help you in your journey. And it's tied to a time mechanic. You'll even be able to interact with the fantastic beasts you will find throughout the game, customizing their habitat to your and their liking. This will expand out into Hogsmeade as well. There are different currencies in this game where you'll be able to buy items. You'll also be able to buy clothing items. You'll also be able to manage and own your own shops, one of which will be exclusive to PlayStation. This game overall seems massive, but there's plenty of things we still don't know. Whether you're going to Hogwarts just for 1 year, how good or bad you can actually go, how deep relationships go with professors or companions, can you swim, and more. But we'll be able to experience it all and find it all out when it releases. So guys, let me know what you think in the comments below. Make sure you guys are subscribed, bell icon turned on, and I'll see you all on the next one.